bunnies, it's Tiki's Trinkets here, and today I have for y'all another polymer clay tutorial. Today we are doing a ring tutorial. This is for Lancer from Deltarune, chapter 1 and 2. He's in both chapters that I've seen so far, so... Recently Deltarune released chapter 2, which you probably already know that if you're watching this video now. And I made figures back in 2018... I think it was, when the first chapter was released. And now I'm making a set of rings, but I don't have the ring yet. It's still in the oven baking as I speak. But I'm making a set of rings. I'm going to make Lancer, Susie, what's his name? What's the main character's name? It's not Frisk. It's Chris, I think it is. Obviously, you know, Chris isn't as well known. It's not my favorite character, let's put it like that. Rousey and Noelle, which were the figures I made back in the day as well. I also made Jebel and Gaster as other figures. You can see them on my Etsy shop on my sold orders if you just want to look at them. There's tutorials here on YouTube too if you want to watch the tutorials from when I made them for Susie and Lancer and Chris, ? I think that's his name. I've been watching Jacksepticeye play the games. You'd think I'd remember that. I mentioned that in the video too, so sorry for double mentioning it. But yeah, so I hope to upload more videos of the rings. I'm still working on that Etsy sale. I'm working on a few other projects which I'll mention in the video, so bear with me. Also, these ears might look strikingly familiar to you. If you're not sure, 2 weeks ago, Darcy Lang came to Augusta to do a ventriloquist / concert thing, if you've seen her on America's Got Talent, and me and my fiance went to see her, and I bought a pair of these ears, and Tim, my fiance, bought me a shirt, so I have a shirt. I'm not wearing it at the moment. Right now I'm wearing a Halloween shirt. It's a cat. And we're doing Halloween headband month, so at least a little bit early. I know it's still September, but it is the first day of fall now, so we're officially in fall too. And I've been talking for almost 3 minutes straight. Don't forget to check me out on other social media platforms. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest. I'm all over the place. Stay tuned for next week's video, which I don't know what it'll be yet. More than likely it'll be a ring video. I still want to get back to making Scott from Scott Pilgrim vs. the World as well. So bear with me on that. I'm just working on this large order. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Let's get into this. Bye-bye, my bunnies. Oh, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into this now. Bye-bye, my bunnies. Hello, my bunnies. It's Tiki's Trinkets here. And as you saw from the thumbnail, we are making a Lancer from Deltarune ring. And this was inspired by, if I could get this just a little bit more straight. There we go. The second chapter of Deltarune just came out, and I'm watching Jacksepticeye play it on YouTube right now, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I am going to make a Lancer-inspired ring using Primo, Turquoise, White, and Black. 3 colors, that's all it takes. I didn't have a lot of time to work on videos this week because I'm working on stuff for the fair. So that's also taking my time, plus I'm still working on this Etsy order. So that's taking up a lot of my time too. This is a little more than I need. I just used this for the Etsy order, so I'm going to wipe it off. That's that thing sitting right there. Ignore the half of Gruntilda sitting there all weirdly. Okay, so that's... we need a little less than that. Yeah, that's better. And, this is going to be a pretty simple tutorial, actually. It's just 3 basic shapes we're going with. Well, yeah, pretty much 3. Pretty much, yeah. I don't usually do mouths for my rings, but I might for him just to have his tongue sticking out. Because, I mean, it's Lancer. It's iconic that he has his tongue sticking out. There we go. God, my skin is so terrible. My skin's terribly dry from working so much lately. I've been working every single night on this lady's order, and don't get me wrong, I'm very, very happy to have an Etsy order. Especially one of this size and this caliber. But I have to work every night to get that miniature army done for her. This is actually a little bit too big, so I'm going to re-roll this one more time. I'm just going to talk during this tutorial because this isn't going to be very long at all. Just got to get these shapes just right. There we go. That's looking a little bit better. Because he has that pointed tip on his head, so I'm trying to get that point just right in the teardrop shape, just such. Let me see. Is there anything new to talk about? Again, I'm on TikTok. I finally did make a TikTok. I can't remember if I mentioned it here, but I have been posting about it on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you really should, because I post about everything first on Instagram before I post about it anywhere else. You can follow me on Twitter as well, but the Twitter I don't keep as up to date as the as the Instagram page. Pardon me, I said TikTok. TikTok's more like just for fun kind of videos, just following like art trends and stuff like that. Okay, now that looks great. Not too big, not too small, perfect. Nice and round and smooth. Now I need to create an indentation on the back. Right in the center if you can get it. Then to make the shape not too squished, I like to kind of cup up my hand so it'll naturally fold with my hand. This is just for an indented bezel so it's a little more secure on the ring. Then smooth it back out. Then ta-da! And you know, before you bake it, make sure that it still fits in this hole. Because as we're working, it might get moved around a little bit, especially like when I just smoothed it out just now. Oh, the fair art. Like I said, I was talking about the fair art too. I switched topics from social media to fair art. Every year, I like to enter my artwork into the fair. It's not technically for any reason in particular. It's not something I have to do. It's just something I like to do, to be quite honest. There we go. Perfect. That's probably as good as it's getting. And I'm still picking at it. I'm very particular when it comes to my rings. I'm going to put that away for now. And I wasn't able to do it in 2020 because, you know, old Rona. But I am able to do it this year because things are getting back to normal. So I'm hoping. Well, it said that they are doing the competition this year, so I should be good to go on that. Before I do that, let me just get a little rubbing alcohol and clean my hands off because I can still see green. This is why my skin is so dry, because instead of getting up and going to the sink, sometimes I'm a little lazy and just kind of, yeah, you see that green? I don't want that on the white. But yeah, so they have several different categories you can enter. Right now I'm currently working on a painting, although I am nowhere near close to calling myself a painter. That's like saying I'm as close to being a rocket scientist. I'm just not a great painter, but I'm working on it slowly but surely. I'm going to show it off on here after it's finished. There was something on my cup too. That's pretty darn clean without having to wash my hands. I'm going to show it off on here afterwards too, but that's going to be a little while later. That's actually a little too big because I know it's going to be too thick like that. There we go. I'm also going to try to get a drawing done in time too, but it's already September 23rd. The fair is October 15th through the 20-something, 29th, 28th. Something around those rings. Can't quite remember when exactly. Just creating a similar shape to that. But I might not have the time to do the drawing too, and it's kind of risky for me to go in for a drawing instead of a painting instead of a drawing, because I'm better at drawing than painting. But it's just something that's been in my head for a while now, and it's something I really want to paint. I wanted to capture my feels of the holiday from when I was a child, so it's a painting of like how I felt when I used to look under a Christmas tree as a child. Lord, there was something on my finger. This is why I hate white clay. I'm just gonna very carefully try to boot this off. Come on. Come on. There we go. Ooh. Yes, there's other little pieces of dirt on it, but that I can remove easier than one big piece. But yeah, I should do the drawing first, which I want to do a Halloween drawing. And then this is going to be a Christmas painting of how I felt at Christmas time as a child. And ignore my family talking in the other room. They are very, very loud. I cannot help that. I could not physically focus while they were talking that much and that loudly. Not enough to talk to y'all while working. I'm just not great at multitasking when it comes to art. But while I was waiting on them to settle down, I went on ahead and cut this. Just going to clean this out. Everything has to be cleaned in between. And I'm going to try to use this cutter to create that spade shape for his face. I'm going to do this. Hope that it'll come out. Yes. Perfect. That should be thin enough. I got it really, really thin. You can roll it through a pasta machine or cut it by hand. I tried the pasta machine. It kept coming out kind of rigid, so the smaller you tend to do things, the thinner, the more rigid it comes out. So I just said, screw it. And I said, screw it. And I just went on ahead and cut it by hand myself. Rolled it by hand myself. Good God, I am a mess tonight. Okay, so now I'm going to make the top of the spade shape. I want a really small piece here. Then just got to narrow out. There we go. Okay. Kind of making like a little T shape is the easiest way to make the end of a spade with clay. Think about it as like a T. But yeah, I didn't tell my family to be quiet. I'm not a douche unless they're like having a dang party in there or something like that. It's just that they were talking really loud. The TV was going. There was a lot going on. So I just said I'd wait till they cooled down, which I did. I'm not like, we're at home. I'm not going to go in there and be like, be quiet. Okay, there we go. They are still watching the movie, obviously. That's why it's loudest. I'll get out in there. But a little bit better now. Now that they're done ranting and raving about gossip and stuff. Okay, that's looking good. I'm going to clean this off. I just was using this on the green as well. So I'm going to try to get this nice and clean. Because I need to blend this into here. Okay, looking good. Alright. Looks great. As nice and blended out as I can get it, at least. Okay. Now, hopefully this won't look too disproportionately big to his face. Anytime you have something this flat on the surface and you want to get it up without peeling something by accident, long blade. Just kind of shimmy it underneath it. Sometimes you do miss a little bit, but it's not too terrible. Okay. Just gonna smooth that out just a teensy bit more. Oh, and I'm still even though I said I might not have the time, I am still going to try to do the Halloween drawing along with the Christmas painting for the fair. Whatever I do manage to get done, I will show it in a YouTube video, so y'all can see it too. Okay, now we just want to cover up just the tip part of the white part here. Okay, alright, there we go. I know I keep going out of camera, but whenever I'm focusing this hard, it's a little bit intense. Okay. Yep, there we go. Curl that to cover up the white. Okay. Alright. Everything looks good, except I don't like how big this actually came out. So, I am going to cut his nose down. That's just way too big. Okay, there we go. Good. That looks a lot better already. Don't worry too much about the clay mashing over. Just gonna scrape it away. Alright, there we go. Okay, that looks good. It's just that his head is too long. That's why it looks so disproportionate. I knew it was too long. I'm just gonna kind of smash it to compress it a little bit. There we go. There we go. And then I'll add on the little piece here at the end. The little nose piece. Boop, boop. Just gonna take this and blend this out. Making sure you can actually see the shape of the heart slash spade. There we go. Looking a lot better. And I'm going to clean this off at the end so you don't have to worry too much about the black mixing onto the white. But I still don't want big pieces of trash and debris on it. That's why I'm actively trying to keep it nice and pretty. Okay, so now I want to fix that little piece at the end. Just going to take a little bit, roll it out to a little itty bitty rectangle as best as I can. There we go. That's probably as good of a rectangle as I can make and drop. Jeez. Okay, let me just take this, rip it apart, try to cut out a little rectangle from over here. Okay, there we go. Just gonna take this giant piece and stick it on here. And then just cut off the excess. How's that sound? Because to me that sounds a lot better. Okay. There we go. Want that a little bit shorter on this side. Again, don't worry too much about the little marks I'm making on the white or about accidentally cutting into it. As long as you don't accidentally cut too deep, it's alright. Because most of it I can just clean out with a cotton swab. Okay, that looks a lot better. gonna try to turn his nose up just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Okay. Good. Okay. Great. And now again, I don't normally give these mouths, but I just think without a mouth, he just doesn't look right. So with this particular character, he's got to have a mouth. Okay. Let me just... It's like Funko Pops. Let me make sure I'm still recording. Okay, good. It's like Funko Pops, you know what I mean? Traditionally, they don't have noses, but like... That would be like making Pinocchio without a nose. Alright, I need to clean this real quick before I do the mouth. So I'm just going to clean this off, indent this, and then make a tongue. I'll come back to you when I've got the tongue and I'm sticking it in. See you there soon. Got the mouth cut open. Nice and pretty. That's looking good. I keep the hole open by constantly making sure, by pressing the ring into it to make sure to still fit. As such. Here we go. There we go. Just going to make sure that's okay. Press it down. Good. Now I'm going to make the tongue. And this video is already long enough, so I'm just going to make the tongue real quick. And I'm also going to dust some mica powder on his cheeks to give him a little blushing effect. But for the tongue, we're just going to make a very, very, very small teardrop shape. Okay. Just gonna cut it at an angle. There we go. Then I want to make it slightly bent, so I'm just going to take it and press it around the X-Acto blade to give it a curve. Easy. You can really use these blades for all kinds of stuff. Then I want it to have a slight indent down the center, like a tongue does. The little center line. There we go. Good. Great. And then his tongue kind of sticks off to the side. Just a little bit. So we're just going to take it, press it just like such. I feel like that's not going to be secure enough, so I am going to use a little bit of glue. When I say little, I mean a little though. Because I don't want it to smear around everywhere. And I'm going to do it on the underside. Just want a very small amount. There we go. Okay. Alright, looks great. Just gonna make sure the tongue is tucked in. I want it to go, the line to go a little bit further up. Alright. Now I'm just going to brush on some cheek powder and bake it and all that, and it'll be done. And I'll show you the end results once that's finished. But this is it so far. See you there.